Good afternoon. Oh, it's Friday the 9th of June and it's starting to rain. But anyway, I'm going to Khatyn. That's a place where a massacre occurred during World War II. And I have news. I'll just be talking about news as well. Not that there's any special news from me, but I'll be mentioning news as well. But this is the place it's leaving from, is Hotel Belarus here in Minsk, as you see back here. And here's a casino on this side. And I don't know, what bunch of groups and things. I think that black bus over there, that's going to be the bus I'm going to be on. Oops, get past you. Здравствуйте. The guy wanted to talk to me, apparently. I don't know. Whoops! Whoa! Somebody lost their hat. So I'll just show you the area, and I'll be talking a little bit. I don't want to waste time. I don't want to run my battery down, so I'll wait till I get a little bit closer. Like I say, 9th of June, Khatyn. And we'll find out more about this massacre today. We're also going to, I think it's called Victory Mound. I'm not too sure, but anyway, we'll go to two places today. Very close to Minsk, so that's why it's leaving late. I guess they come back here 7 in the evening. But anyway, you'll hear from me a little bit here.
В Берлине, что да, они были, как бы шли к партизанам, и что они перерубили, и возможно, что они эту перестрелку устроили, но просил никому не говорить, не называть. Тут такая, информация, которая требует проверки. Вот, ну а вы сейчас не буду говорить, пока просто отдыхайте немножко, вот. А я потом, когда мы выйдем, вы выходите, будете возле автобуса, побегу туда экскурсовода искать местного. Что-нибудь там буду с ним разговоры. И то, что он уже добавит, он уже, наверное, прямо добавит мой рассказ очень активно и сильно. Вот, мы с вами, конечно, так сказать, такого супер-пупер чего-то там такого интерактивного не увидим, хотя сейчас музей этот, наверное, он интерактивный, он только недавно открылся, пару месяцев назад еще, и пошла последняя реконструкция. Даже самому интересно, что там будет, потому что там что-то новое. Прошла такая реконструкция.
Yes, this is a destination here, and amongst vast forests. Hardly any villages. All the villages were actually destroyed in the whole area here. As a matter of fact, this village was destroyed too. This is just a memorial here at the moment, what you're seeing. Well, there's some place to get some food here. No public transportation comes here. You either have to rent a car or take a tour to come here. Let's go and see what else this place has to offer. This was, these atrocities were done by the Ukrainians, actually. I believe it was ordered by the Germans, and what happened was it was a revenge because of the partisans. The partisans, I believe, had killed 2 or 3 Germans or whatever, so they ordered the death of this entire village. It was like 149 people that were killed. 75 were children, and the only ones that survived was 5 people. It was, 8 people, 5 children and 3 adults. 1 adult, he used to be here, before he passed away, and to greet people. And it was him that came here. And there's a statue erected to him because you'll see the statue. We'll show that. And he came and found his son dead, and so he's got I think it's a bronze statue. I guess we'll find out, of him holding his son up, and. Yes, like I said, it was the the 118th Infantry Battalion of the Ukrainians that conducted the atrocities. They burned 149 people alive. So, and this is just one village of maybe up to 200 villages. And it was always a similar scenario. They would burn people alive. So, and Belarus, of course, lost 25 to 30% of their population. They lost the biggest amount of people of their population in World War II, more than any other country, more than Germany or Russia or United States or any country. So they paid the highest price, actually. And this whole area, like I said, is all woods, and you cannot get here by any kind of public transportation. So you have to come here with a tour bus, or you have to rent a car or something to come here. Uh-oh, here's our tour guide, the guy in the green shirt here. I can't understand him anyway, so I don't really need to listen. Reminds me a little bit of the Forest Guy in by Baranovici. I have one video of that. You'd have to find it.
Становимся в ряд, чтобы была очень хорошо видна скульптура. Итак, обратите внимание, перед вами центр нашего комплекса, перед вами сердце всей Хатыни, перед вами то место, которое как раз и стало кульминацией тех страшных событий. То есть именно на этом участке комплекса, именно на этом клочке.
This church was recently finished, and it's a direct replica of the original church that used to stand here. Lukashenko had it rebuilt, and as I say, it was just recently finished. Those bells you hear, as you see right up here, they're constantly going off, and all of these pillars, these concrete pillars with bells, this is where houses used to stand. There's quite a few of them around. As you saw the statue with the man holding his son, the bronze statue up ahead here, his house was recently, it was just, let's see, I'll be coming there. This was the house of the man in the statue holding his son. Up here is listed the people that lived in this house and their ages. He had 3 children, one 15, one 13, and one 11. And I believe when school children come here, they leave gifts for the departed children. all of these many lights here, they represent various other villages in Belarus that suffered the same fate, where everybody was wiped out. And I should make a correction. I believe I said Ukrainians, but these, of course, were Bandarites. And I was under the belief that the Bandarites were only operating in the Oblast of Brest, but apparently they were also in Minsk Oblast. So, as I say, all of these lights represent villages in Belarus where people were wiped out from any kind of various nasties, Ukrainian or German. Should ask how many. I believe it's about 200 altogether, but I'm not sure. To me, it looks like it's only 100 here. Here are light memorials to some of the other villages I didn't show in the little bit earlier because they're blocked. So maybe it is 200. Very rough stones here. All disappeared. All these villages. There are still ongoing studies as to how and why people could kill children, could burn children alive. And I guess you need to look at the present day Ukraine and ask yourself the same thing. Who could bomb children in a school bus? That's what's happened in the 9 years previous to the military occupation. And when you evacuate children from a war zone, as Vladimir Putin did, I guess you're termed a war criminal to bring these children to safety. Yes, it all deserves study. Or maybe it doesn't. Who could do such things? I guess in a time of war, crazy things happen, but what about times when it's not really a war, when you just start indiscriminately bombing, say, someplace like the Donbass? And then you have the leader of the country come out and say, our children will go to school and go on to university and live happy lives, but the children of the Donbass will be spending their entire existence cowering in their basements and not going to school, not learning anything. Well, there's a lot more to talk about. I don't know. I didn't talk about any news. Not yet. I may not. It's quite a moving experience, and that's probably about all I'll say about Khatyn, but we have another place to go to. It's also another war memorial. We'll see you there. Now I have more information. Right back behind me here. This is the number of villages here, 433, that were also burned completely in World War II, but these villages came back. and I found out more accurate information about these lights here. In each one of these boxes, I guess you would say, that contains soil from these villages. And I guess that's what you see right here. I'll get up closer. That represents soil from a village. And in all, there's 186 of these villages. And these 186, where they wiped out the populations and destroyed the villages, these are the ones that never came back. These are the villages completely destroyed and never come back, 186. So it looks like there's over 700 villages in Belarus, that were wiped out in World War II. This 186 didn't come back. 433 did come back. So I guess you can do the math. But, it just shows you the atrocities that was happening in Belarus. And none of this stuff is talked about in the West. It's very much like if you see what's happening, say, in Ukraine, and I'll bet what you'll find. I was looking up this in the internet, and they're trying to say the Soviets came and they destroyed Khatyn, and the Soviets were coming around and killing their own people. How many times have you heard this? Iraq, everywhere else. It's just like Russia blowing up their own pipeline, Russia blowing up their own dam. I think you should be getting a little bit sick of that. I'm a little bit sick of this stuff, Trying to have the victim be turned into the perpetrator. What about the media? What about the media that is complicit in all of this? And they never ask any questions, and they say, well, gosh, you kill your own people. That makes sense, doesn't it? So, well, in any case, there's just so much here. And I guess you'll have to come on your own in Belarus here. Like I said, you'd have to either take a tour or get a taxi or have your own car. And then, of course, you're not going to get a lot of the information, that you would get on a tour. But it's very rare that any of these tours are in English. I guess it costs a little bit more, but you can get an English tour. So maybe I'm signing off again from Khatyn and till we get to our next destination. Yes, the Mound of Glory. Made first in 1969. That part on the top is supposed to be 35 meters high. Okay, so I did decide to come up here. See the view, for one thing. This is a better place for Rocky to come running. Forget Philadelphia. Can run up these steps. As a matter of fact, it is called the Mound of Glory after all, isn't it? Oh no, they wouldn't like that. Let's see if I can get this in here. Well, the tour guide is here, so I guess I can't be late. Yes, he's going to be late. This place is not that far from the airport, actually, over in that direction. So, let's take the different stairs here. It's supposed to be something else down here below. course, you don't want to trip and make that fall down here. No, I don't want to trip. Whoa! Whoa! Отлично.
Do you want to take your picture? Let me take yours.
The Mound of Glory. Look at this, a T-10. I was going to guess a T-34. But look at that. Look at some of these things. That one there looks like an artillery piece. Tank. EC-3. EC-2. Like I said, these are probably artillery pieces. ECU 152. Here's the old T-34. The old famous T-34. Some other artillery pieces. I've got food for the cat. Well, look at this. Looks like a Spitfire, but it's a Soviet model. Very similar, huh? Very similar in shape. Look at that old thing. Oh, this is Katushka. No, Katusha. Oh, that's the predecessor of all of these missile systems they have today that shoots off multiple rockets. And I guess the Germans were really afraid of this because I don't know what it shoots off, 20 at a time or something, or in rapid fire. I guess that was the beginning times. Let me get a little closer. You can look it up yourself. Andrea Martyanov, he probably knows all about this. Katusha. BM-13. Like I said, that looks so much like a British model. Well, there's Von Damme and his wife over there. Look, a cafe. I don't think there's any time. Well, that should be about it for the day. I was going to do news, but maybe I have to do that tomorrow, but maybe I won't do it, or won't do too much of it, you know. Old news is not very good news, so that's how that goes. Maybe I can do it in the morning. I don't think I'm going to be able to have time to upload this video tonight, of course. I'll be doing it in the morning probably. I'll see what I can get done this evening. Won't be home till like 8:30 or 9 or so. Well, at least you see this. This is not time sensitive, this information. So anyway, thanks for joining me, and very soon on the 1st of July I'm going to be going to the nuclear zone, off limits area where you have to get special permission to go there. It takes a couple weeks. My permission is going through right now. Place is wild animals. Cows and things have reverted back to before domesticated times, and they're running in herds, things like that. It's kind of dangerous in a lot of ways. Radiation, getting attacked by wild boars, things like that. But anyway, that's around the 1st of July. But before that time, I'll bring some news. But thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you for the next one.